Hello, in this video we are going to study about capacitance pressure transducer. Here we are going to study about working principle of capacitive pressure transducer and types of capacitive pressure transducers, that are closing style and opening gap style, and the advantages and disadvantages of capacitive pressure transducers. And we already studied about capacitive pressure transducer. Here we have two capacitance plates. First plate is fixed one and second one is changed into a diaphragm. And is whenever the pressure is applied, at that time the elastic movement of diaphragm is occur. Due to that, the distance between the plates is changed. At that time, the capacitance value of capacitance is changed. That is, a change in pressure will narrow the gap between the two plates, which varies the capacitor. This change in capacitor is then converted into usable signal for our user. That is, the capacitance change as the diaphragm moves away or towards the sensing electrode. This is the basic principle of capacitive pressure transducer. Now, we have mainly two types of capacitive pressure transducer. First one is closing gap style sensor. Here, the capacitive sensor is protected by a pressure enclosure, and the capacitance transducer is placed inside in it. That is, here we have one lensing electrode and the second plate is our diaphragm, that is steel diaphragm. And whenever the pressure is applied, here we have a narrow gap inside the closing gap type sensor. And whenever the pressure is applied, at that time the diaphragm elasticity is changed and the gap between the capacitor is changed. Due to the change in distance between the plate, there will be a change in capacitance. Then we can directly move to convert to other voltages or current based on the AC bridges. And in an analog sensor, the sensor measures the change in capacitance and translated into relative change in pressure based on the full scale range of unit. But in the case of digital sensor, the change in capacitance is directly proportional to a change in frequency pulse at the proportional to the change in capacitance. And this advance allows for some improved sensor performance and improved immunity to the outside factor. This is the basic principle of closing gap style sensor. Now coming to the opening gap style, here there is no protective plate for that. The sensor housing contains two closely spaced parallel electrically isolated metallical surface, one of which is diaphragm and capable of slight flexing under applied pressure. The diaphragm is constructed of low hysteresis material or proportionality compound of fused glass, conductor and ceramic, etc. The plates are mounted on the slight mechanical flexing of the assembly caused by a change in applied pressure alters the gap between them, either opening or closed gap, creating a variable capacitor. Then we can change into our voltage, which is proportional to our pressure. Now the advantages include the suitability for absolute gauge, seal gauge vacuum, and differential sensing applications. And it is ideal for lower pressure application. Performs well in application that are susceptible to over pressurization. And it has very good hysteresis, linearity, stability, and repeatability in addition to static pressure measurement capability. And the disadvantages of capacitive pressure transducer include if misused in an application can be sensitive to particulate and humidity in the capacitive gap. This alters the dielectric area and can short out the capacitance gap if the humidity contents or the particulate is too large. And these are the basic advantages and disadvantages of capacitive pressure transducer. In this topic, we already discussed about what is the working principle of capacitive transducer and what are the different types of capacitive pressure transducer, its advantages and disadvantages. Thank you.